Oh no, it's covered.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chillin' with my homie.
Hello, friends.
Chicken wing,
Oh God, you're
hot dog
killing
and
me already.
bologna, chicken and macaroni, chillin' with my homie. Chicken wing,
Holy smokes.
hot dog and bologna,
1,
chicken and
2,
macaroni,
3,
chillin'
4.
with my homie.
4 resubs already. How's the audio first thing, guys? Hello. Welcome to the kitchen. What is going on right now? Thank you, Bonk, for the 39 months in a row. How's your weekend going? Cookie, thank you for banning that human. I don't even know what happened, so thank you for your mod services. Lily, thank you for the 24 months, 2 full years. We got an over 3-year one. Cookie, thank you for the tier 2, 46 months in a row. It's good to be back, guys. And Madame Rainbow Pants, the tier 1, 27 months in a row. We're back. Hi, Titan. Hi, iShot. Mish, how is everyone this morning? It's a bit low. Okay. We'll go all the way up to here then, and we'll see how excited we get.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chillin' with my homie.
Better. Thank you, friends. Thank you, thank you. I'm here alone right now. Sam just went on a little drive with our roommate to take him to the barber shop. Thank you for the level 2 hype train as well, guys. Twitch Blackmore, how are you? 15 months in a row being part of the kitchen crew. It's the master of one pot meatballs. I mean, it might be. This is seriously our first stream back in the kitchen since like sometime last year, end of October-ish, which is nuts to think about. Just finished cleaning trout you caught this morning. What are you gonna do with it? Cook it? Smoke it? What's your plan? And yeah, so welcome, guys. Thanks for hanging in there with us these last few months that have been a little bit crazy for us. Lots of changes, but it's very good to be back in the kitchen. I've definitely missed it. I was a little bit nervous to start streaming again today, but it also feels kind of like home, right? You've been experiencing withdrawals. I know. And Mouse Post, thank you for the 200. Yeah, there's actually cooking on this stream. It's pre-recorded. No, I'm just joking. Madame, you're going to Edmonton this summer. Must align our plans. Yes, we must. Hopefully we're around. We might be away at work, right? So let us know earlier. Earlier is better than later for sure. Samo needs to come smoke the trouts for you. We can ask him to do that when he gets home. Oak, how are you? I saw your Lego building in the Discord. Thank you for keeping us updated with that. You guys like my work water bottle with the Cook with Kate sticker on it? And oh, how we have missed this song. We sing it at work all the time, by the way. Maka, thank you for the 16 months in a row. How have you been, friend? Lego building Kate cooking stream. Weekends are back, guys. Let's do this. And yeah, the kitchen seems like pretty awesome and workable for cooking in here. We only have the 2 cameras right now because the computer was being a bit wonky when we tried to set up 3 cameras. But eventually we'll have like the over the stove camera as well. So just hold up, hang in there. 12:45 is the appointment? The boys just ditched me, chat. Boys ditched me at home for longer than they should have. Good thing I got you guys. Thank you, Mucka, for the 50 biddies as well. The one cam is lagging. Well, we can't really help that currently, I think, Samo. Maybe we'll do a straight plugin. And I mean, as always, with a kind of a first setup with the stream, well, there'll be some changes. 40 hours into the build, that is nuts. Just the superstructure and big guns left. Do you already know where you're gonna put it in your house, Oak? Titan, you want to catch more fish, but it started raining, so you kept fishing, but when you saw lightning, yeah, you said F this. That's probably a good idea. Okay, thanks, friends. Starting off the stream with a hype train. Level 2, 70%. I appreciate all of you for the resubs. 6 resubs and 250 bits already today? What? We haven't done anything yet. Okay, so let's get into it. So I was approached by chefsplate to do a stream for them whenever that was possible. Today is the day, guys. And I thought it would be just a really fun thing for me to get back into streaming by doing one of these meal plans where you don't have to grocery shop. You really don't have to think about anything other than the cooking and the cleaning up after aspect of it, which works for me because, well, I've been working for, been home for a week now, but 3 weeks straight, 12-hour days is a lot of cooking. And like, you think when you get home, you're gonna be nice and refreshed and stuff, but it really does take a lot out of you. And like, you don't really want to see food that much anymore when I first get off of work after that long. So I will say, like, we've eaten 3 other meals from Chef's Plate this week prior, and it was awesome to just be like, okay, what do you guys want to eat today? Pick a recipe and we'll cook it. And it was super easy and quick. And like barely any dishes as well to clean up after, which is my favorite. Madam, I just said for coming to Edmonton, just let us know sooner than later because we might be away for work at the time that you decide to come. Might go again fishing in the morning. Am I coming? Yes, I would love to go fishing. You've been hearing about chestplate bonk from several streamers and it sounds cool. Yeah, so far it has been really awesome to use and the recipes are like nice and healthy. Refools, yeah, we're hanging in there. I mean, the work schedule, as far as like being in the culinary industry, I've worked a lot of different work schedules over the past like 12 plus years in the industry. And I don't know, I found that working away from home for like 3 to 4 weeks at a time is a lot easier than working in a restaurant like 5 to 6 days a week, and then you're still putting in like possible 10 to 12-hour days, but sometimes you don't actually get paid out fully for it. So that's why we chose this line of work. I know it sucks when we're away for 3 weeks at a time, but at the same time, this is what works best for us in our current life situation, and we're not gonna do it forever. So that's also the other fun part, right? Is to like just enjoy the experience while I'm young enough, while I can still do this and like enjoy traveling as well. And then when we do come home, then we can do other things rather than just like cleaning, laundry, like all the non-fun adult things, right? You got the whole summer off? Oh, I guess, madame, right? Do you not have the like camp thing that you're doing with the kids? Okay, so today we are doing a one pot wonder meal, which is honestly some of my favorite food to cook. It is still like kind of chilly outside here in Edmonton, but you can kind of feel spring is coming, right? So I think this plate looks very nice and balanced today, and like you can really never go wrong with soup, especially if there's leftovers. I always find that it tastes better. And you eat the soup like 1 or 2 days later. Hello, Rose in Ruins. How are you today? Welcome in.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna. Chicken
And it's Bob.
with my homie.
Thank you, Bob, for the 20 months in a row. How have you guys been? Okay, so today, one pot Italian meatball soup with pearl couscous and Parmesan cheese. It says, this Italian-American classic stews kale and veggies in a flavorful broth teeming with tender. You can either choose turkey or beef meatballs with it. We did beef instead. I might have used the turkey earlier up in the week because I'm not like quite a ground or minced turkey fan myself, unless I like grind it from my own piece of meat, but I find it a bit too mushy. So we're gonna do beef meatballs. Obviously the pearl couscous, which is like just a round little pasta, which is super awesome and easy to put in soup. And then it says sprinkle with Parmesan for a photo finish. I love it. Turkey is shit. Well, it's not like shit, but I find that like the ground turkey that you get from the store these days, it has no texture left in it. It's literally just like meat mush. So unless I grind it myself, I really am like not a huge fan. That's like probably the last protein I would ever choose. Ground turkey from the store. Yeah, shit is actually shit. But yeah, turkey leg, stuff like that. So good, Titan. Okay, so let's get the bag out. And then the other thing I already did do is like get out some of the pantry items and tools that we would need for the recipe. So I got a couple bowls here to play around with. They said measuring cups, but usually everything in the recipe is already measured. So I didn't think that we would need that. And personally, I've been cooking for quite a long time that I usually just eyeball my stuff when I cook. That's like kind of the fun part for me, is to not cook as like rigid to a recipe, make it your own. That is true as well, Bonk. Like turkey is good. Doesn't have a lot of flavor though, and especially the ground stuff because it's usually from the turkey breast. Whereas if you use like the dark meat from the leg, you'll get a bit more flavor that way. It's only 3 degrees Celsius outside. It can't be that bad. Are you saying here, Amp? Yeah, it's not that bad out today. Like we have had the windows open since we've been home because it's just so warm. Yeah, that's the other thing that happens too, Cookie, right? Is like ground turkey, if it's just from the breast meat, can get dried out so quick and you don't realize it. I suppose though for a soup, using ground turkey would be a better option because it wouldn't get quite as dry, right? That's amazing, Titan. See me at a festival, chances are I have a turkey leg in one hand and nachos in the other. Yes, please. Smoked turkey leg, just like gnawing on it. It's a nice day today out, Amp. The or not the weather, but like the air quality has been terrible, though, I will say that. Okay, continuing on with our tools that we need. So I got bowls, 1 pot for our 1 pot soup. I did grab just a sheet pan to put our meatballs on once we form them. A ladle, a spoon, scissors to like open up some of the little plastic bags from the meal kit, some parchment to put the meatballs on, and then it says for your pantry items, just whatever your cooking oil of choice is. I'm gonna use olive oil today, and then salt and pepper. So easy. And then it gives you the entire list. I can get that to focus. Of like what comes in your kit. We're gonna do a 4-portion one today. And yeah, I'm sorry, Mish. There's no feta, but I will say the meal kit that we did get with the feta cheese, it was the Greek turkey burgers. There wasn't quite enough feta, but I was impressed with the amount they did give us. Okay, so flipping this over, this is what the back of your recipe card looks like. So it's all just set out in steps. It says there's only 5 steps for our meal today. And all it does is like list out what you have to do. And I will say, if you're someone who doesn't do a lot of cooking at home, this is a really great way to like introduce yourself into how your steps of cooking should evolve through the process. That's what I find, like a lot of people don't know where to start cooking once they have everything prepped. Because there's a certain way like things should go in the pot, stuff like that. So to learn with these sorts of cards is just making your life easier, right? And then the more often you do it, the less you're actually going to have to read the full card because you're going to know how to make the dish. As long as the quality of the feta was good, it was like pre-crumbled, but it was very tasty, I will say that. Wish you had more food festivals there, Titan. I wonder if, like, I would assume America has more food festivals than Canada. But I do know that where we live here in Edmonton is known as the Festival City in the summer. So we have a lot of festivals. Hi, Cammy! How are you? How's the fam? Yeah, new kitchen Hootist. It's not actually April Fools. This is real life. Okay, let's get started. I'll get our package out. Also, guys, if you want to experience Chef's Plate for yourself, they did give me a special code that you can use. A few places around the world are not included in the code, like Norway and Germany, and I think Australia. But most other countries were included, which made me so happy. Boom. So there you go. You can either use CP Cook with Kate or just click on the bit.ly link there and that will bring you to the page to pick your meals. And if you do decide to try this out for yourself, because I think it's a pretty good price what it costs, let me know what you thought of it so that I can let my rep know as well. And then maybe we can do more of the streams. Whoa, that's really cool, Bonk. There's like so many things that always change on Twitch when I'm gone for 3 weeks. That looks amazing. Bonk, thank you for doing that. You checked it out? Ezalot, how was it? We can pin messages now. Okay, let's get this out. So, boom. And I think I might bump it up with like one extra ground beef pack that we had in the fridge. So this is how the packs come. Lean ground beef, so it would be 2 of these for 4 people, which is not a massive portion of protein, but you don't need a lot of protein in the meal. Scaramouche, thank you for the 35 months. So many long resubs today. This is wild. I don't think one pot's gonna be enough for all of us. It's so good to see you too. I can't wait for the day that we actually get to like share meals together. Okay, sounds good, Bonk. You got it, sir. Okay, so we're gonna use these 2 packs of ground beef, which will be about 500 grams, and then we have this one from the butcher shop, just to up it a bit for the boys. And then the rest of the ingredients just come in a bag. Sam almost cooked this earlier this week, and I was like, no, I want to use it on stream. Let you know when we're back in New York. That might happen this year. You never know. You never know. Okay, next things. I think I'm going to switch the view now so that we can look down on the stuff. Boom. Perfect. We have soy sauce. I think that's to season the soup. Our pearl couscous. Take that off of there for now. I can't wait to meet you guys around the world. What else? Our Parmesan cheese. This is vegetable stock powder, veggie broth base. There's 2 of those. That would be the most epic property ever, Titan. Just like have a central property that people can come visit. That is like a goal of mine. when I like retire is to just like host a retreat house where I teach people how to cook and like live off the land. Yeah, the commune dream, exactly. Soy sauce and Italian soup. They must have taken that little pro seasoning tip from Serious Eats. Because I know J. Kenji Lopez Alt, he often uses soy sauce to like season beef sort of based soups and sauces. Here's our kale, the health part of the box, as well as, look at this, I love it. Pre-diced mirepoix, like you don't even really have to cut anything. Next one, a sauce marinara. Our tomato sauce base for the soup. The Arabs have a recipe with this with chickpeas. I love putting like chickpeas or lentils into soups. Such a good way to like up the protein amount, but like way less expensive to buy in the store, right? There's just another soy sauce, guys. And then we have garlic breadcrumbs for, I'm guessing, the meatballs, right? Italian herb spice blend. And then what's this last one? Just another bag of couscous. And that is it. And then the other thing I like is if you're like kind of watching your weight or on a diet, something like that, is they do give all of the nutrition facts on each box per portion. So you can really count your calories that way. We should adopt you. I think you guys should adopt us. You guys should adopt us. Shared children, shared custody around the world, if you will. Okay, so what do they say? For first things first, we're gonna chop the kale, which I would say is like already chopped, so they already did one step for us. And then, oh, that's what this is. This is always like one of my favorite parts of the boxes too, is there's always a head of garlic just like loose in there. So you always are like wondering like, where's the garlic gonna go? It's for this recipe. Right? I don't like counting calories either. Unless the person with the highest number wins. Yeah, you don't have to add them, you just have to count them. Okay, we're gonna do like probably 3/4 of this head of garlic for this soup. Garlic it up. That. And then the other thing I do is just like put some of the other things we don't need just to the side for now. I think the Parmesan we'll put in the fridge. Because that's a garnish. That's like one of the last things. The couscous we can put over by the stove because I believe we just pour that in. So let's start with the kale. And one thing I will do is just pick out some of the tough stems that I can see in here. That's why I brought scissors over, because some of these are difficult to open. So we're just gonna pick out the tough stems from the kale, but most of the work has already been done for us. Couscous reminds you of the other day you made a tagine with chicken thighs, apricots, toasted almonds, onions with cinnamon and cayenne. Yum. That's how I had one of my first tagines in my life, was with the chicken and like the nuts and the fruit in it. It was insane. So these stems that we're picking out aren't necessarily like bad to eat, but they are quite tough, and even with cooking them down in a soup, I find that the mouthfeel is a bit woody. So it's like very fibrous almost. So that's why I would suggest to take it out. But if you don't want to spend the time to do that, you're more than welcome not to. Actually quite a few in here. You don't realize it till you start picking. And I will say it is easier to take the stem out before you start chopping up the food, rather than having it in all these little pieces, right? Because maybe I'll inspire one of you to make a soup similar to this at home, whether or not you use chef's plate or not. Hello, Yet It Is. How are you? What's everyone getting up to today? It's pretty crazy. This is now, I think, the 5th location of stream in over 5 years of being on Twitch. Like almost every year we have changed where we lived. And we're still going. I think I'm almost good. It's okay if there's a couple of the stems, but just try and pick out the majority, I would say. That looks good to me. And then it says to add the garlic. Do we put it into the bowl? No, it looks like we keep it on the side. So we'll mince the garlic and just put it in a little container on the side for ourselves. Let's just put this by the stove. Oh no. It snuck out. Heading an hour and a half south to go roller skating? Yes, Bonk, with good friends. That sounds really fun. I was watching a show the other day and they were roller skating. I was like so professional. Are you a pro roller skater, Bonk? I don't know why, but I can see it. You like go backwards and do the crazy twirls and stuff. Yet It Is, you made sushi for lunch? What kind of sushi did you make? Fun fact, that is my least favorite thing to make ever, is sushi from scratch. I'd way rather just like go out and pay someone to make it for me. No matter like how much it costs. Not pro, but not an amateur roller skater. Nice. So we're just gonna smash the garlic cloves so that makes it easier for us to peel the skin off. And then we can use the garlic press. Make our life easy. White Dove! Thank you, White Dove, for the 37-month resub, friend. How are you doing? Dieting? I don't know about skating, but I'm fat, so I do roll well. Oh my gosh. This is what I have missed, thank you. Look at this cute little container. We have new containers because roommates. Roommate things. Okay, now you can peel it up. It didn't say how much garlic to use, but I used more than I thought that they would tell us to use. We know the rule. It's great to see you too, White Dove. It's so good to be back. At first I was a bit nervous to start like cooking, streaming again. But like as soon as I started today, it felt natural. It wasn't as scary. Spicy tuna roll, that is one of my faves. If I'm gonna choose a roll. A lot of prep work, so you don't blame me. And the other thing is like I have quite high expectations when I do eat sushi. So like if I make myself crappy sushi, it's just like quite disappointing, you know? Couple improvements in this kitchen from the last one. I have a sink beside me, which is amazing, and like a fridge to access. And I have more than one plug to use in the kitchen. I felt like I was on an episode of Chopped every time I did a stream. But like that house was so fun to live in where we came from. It was like a good test for like almost living off grid, if you will. It hasn't been the same. What? I'm so happy that I can do that for you guys, White Dove. Always enjoy how you make me excited about cooking. Took the chore out of cooking to being enjoyment. That is exactly why I started this stream. Is cooking in restaurants for many years, and you start to realize that, like, yes, people can cook, but, like, can they really cook well, and do they enjoy it? Most of the time, it's no, right? So that's why I started the stream, just to help inspire people and teach them how to cook better for themselves and other people. And, like, offer it for free, right? I think down the road, though, I'll probably open my own cooking kind of school or something. Is probably what the truck will end up being. It's like a mobile cooking school. Because you can open those privately. It doesn't always have to be like a trade school. This garlic is very juicy, guys. Not a bad thing, though. What are the non-sushi rolls called? Yeah, is it just called Maki? Maki Zushi is the proper one, Bonk. Thank you. Yeah, I almost like more of the, like, simple sushi rolls. Rather than the ones with, like, a lot of stuff in it. Okay, so we're done with the garlic press. Just rinse that out. That's a lot of garlic. Proper amount, if you will. Is the house torn down now? I don't know. We gotta take a gander over there probably this upcoming week to grab some mail and stuff, so we'll see how it's looking. Boom, first step complete. Pop it over there. Give this a little wipe. Next one. We're gonna make the meatballs next. So what do we need for that? We need a large bowl, the ground meat. So we're doing beef, garlic breadcrumb. I don't think we need the knife, so we'll move that. Half of the Italian herb spice blend. Okay, guys, don't let me use it all, only half. And Parmesan going in the meatball. You know, I'm pretty proud to see that they're putting Parmesan inside of the meatballs. That is such a good life hack that I always do. I'll always sprinkle Parmesan cheese in the meatballs. And I usually don't put breadcrumb, but I like that they use seasoned breadcrumbs, so we'll definitely put it in. Simple nigiris. Yeah, I definitely eat like more of a simple sushi. But I'm not afraid to try new things either, right? Okay, salt and pepper. And then we need 20 meatballs, it says, for the 4 portions. The mirepoix we don't need currently. Pop it over there. And then one other thing I typically use that wasn't listed is I usually just put on a pair of gloves if I'm gonna be touching ground raw meat. I don't know if I could get this a little bit of a better view. Currently, not, guys. We'll learn as we keep going. Sam. City Shuchi. We showed our friend that episode from South Park. I don't know if anyone knows that reference, but they say shitty sushi on the episode. Now he is obsessed with it. Parmesan's just basically hardened feta, minus the brine, I guess. Is that what we're trying to go with? Okay, I'm just grabbing a pair of gloves. Glovey gloves. I can't believe I'm doing a cooking stream again. This is exciting, not scary. Has anyone had a soup like this in their life before? Italian meatball soup. Another like similar kind of soup would be Italian wedding soup, let's say. Boom. They're quite different. Feta and Parmesan, for sure. Yeah, I would say, Bonk, this is a version of Italian wedding soup, which I haven't had like a ton in my life, but it's really delicious and like herbaceous from what I can remember. Bam. Okay, before I go like too far, I'm just gonna cut open these little bags as well. I'll get a new pair of scissors. The other ones got a bit messy. Is anyone cooking stuff for dinner today or even lunch? We got some cookers with Kate. You've had Italian wedding soup once, yet it is, and it is wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. I know Sam is like very excited to eat this. That's why he wanted to cook it. And then I told him no, and he got kind of sad. Bam. Half of this. Hi, Greek! Cooking streams have returned. We're back, baby. And it feels so good. Okay, I just poured the Parmesan on the board. No. Bacon and biscuits for breakfast, Cookie? I'm just gonna pour half of this now since it's already falling out. Boom. Chicken leg quarter into the oven to roast. That is so good too, though. Just like simple roasted chicken. Oh, that's a good one too, Bonk. Yeah, usually Italian wedding soup, like good point, has quite small little meatballs in it. Like very much so bite-sized, we can say. Okay, pop that back up there. Boom. Now we'll add all of the breadcrumbs, but half of the spice blend. Half of the Italian herb spice blend. I think the other half will probably go into the soup. So put it over by your other ingredients. Oh no, we got some stuff on the board. R.I.P. It'll never be the same. Yeah, just salt and pepper on the chicken too. Get that skin nice and crispy. Good one, Scaramouche. Are we back? Or one more trip and then things happen? Like as far as truck things you're saying, Greek? We're gonna do one more trip. And then truck things will start to happen. So like May-ish. And I need to read what Amp just said. I subscribe to a Patreon where they offer soup of the month for $5. For April, the soup of the month is German potato salad soup. So wait, it's a recipe, Amp? Or you get the soup in the mail? What am I gonna do here? I'm gonna take off one glove. So I gotta sprinkle a bit of salt and pepper before we mix. Took off the dirtiest glove. So yeah, the streams will still be where we're gone for 3 weeks at a time. but then we're home for 3 weeks at a time. And yeah, this time going up is so awesome. We both get to go to day shift, and like pretty sure we both get an increase in pay, which is very exciting. Like, it was so funny. Some people found out about the Cook with Kate show that we do online, and then they were asking everyone like why we weren't the ones cooking. So now we're like forced to cook dinners because they want to eat the food they saw online. It's a recipe. Turned hot German potato salad into a soup. Okay. So a Patreon, a soup of the month, so $5 will get you just one recipe. So I was thinking about doing that, but like I would offer probably 5 recipes for $5. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this with just one hand. All we're gonna do is like try not to work the meat up too much, but definitely get it broken up where you can like get the seasonings mixed together nicely in there. But one thing I've learned over the years is like the more that you work ground meats, the more tough that they're gonna be when you go to cook them later. It's almost like when you're working gluten for baking recipes. If you overwork the gluten, it's gonna make it tough for like quick breads and stuff. So kind of same thing with minced meat. Okay, that looks nice. The breadcrumbs are mixed in. All the cheese looks evenly mixed. Because you gotta think we're still gonna roll these out, right? So we're gonna work the meat a bit more when we ball it up. So now I will go get another glove, but first I'm just gonna tear a little bit of parchment and put it on a sheet pan so that we have somewhere to put the meatballs as we're forming them. The new position is so cool, Greek, like you're saying at our work. Yeah. So that position is called first cook, which is basically, if you think about like the restaurant brigade system, is like a sous chef. That's true, Lil, right? $5 is for like the price of one recipe, but that's the price of like one can of soup now. Hi, Mikey or Mickey, how are you? Oh my God, I'm doing good, man. How have you been? I'm excited to work days. The only place I worked days was the spot where we just came from. And Sam and I had a blast working together. So I don't see it being a bad thing at all. Okay, so they say 20 meatballs, and this should be really easy to do because we added some of our own ground beef into here just to bulk up the protein amount for the boys. I have not gotten into it yet, Amp, and I don't know whether it's like for the reason that I think I would get really obsessed with it for some reason, but I haven't gotten into the AI stuff yet. I haven't even downloaded the app, nothing like that. I have been approached though already by like someone that's making an AI program. Let's just kind of loosely ball these first and then we can roll them after. So like I have to start looking into it because it might make my streaming life easier. But I mean, I could see it being an awesome thing for people that don't really know how to cook and know a lot of recipes. Personally, I don't think I would really need anything like that because I like coming up with like menus and different recipes, right? For inspiration, for sure. Has anyone in chat used ChatGPT to like get recipes and stuff? Or any other thing to use it for? Yeah, this is not a house, it's an apartment, but this is the spot that we're going to be in for the foreseeable future, I would say. I don't see why we would leave here before going into the truck. You use it a lot, Rose? Can you say what you've used it for so far, or like one example at least? You want to stay away from AI? Why is that, Greek? I love having these chats with you guys because like everyone has a different view of the world and an opinion, and we don't judge here. So that's why I always ask questions to you guys too. The fun way to like learn about other people and our community. You and your sister were giving ChatGPT random ingredients, telling it that it was on an episode of Chopped. What? Was it freaking out? You were stressing out the AI system? Only a couple left. Got a lot of meatballs. These are not small. So like Bonk was saying earlier, there's a soup similar to the one we're making today called Italian wedding soup, but usually the meatballs are like so small. Like I'm not even making this up. Like probably like that size compared to the ones that we're making today are like that. Okay, done with that. Get rid of that. Now you can finish like actually balling them up. Bricklane, I moved? I did. What I moved, was it last month now or the beginning of this month? I cannot recall. I think it was the beginning of March. Oh yeah, we are in April, by the way. Happy April, friends. I can't believe we're already in the 4th month of the year. Mickey, your dad turned 80 last Saturday. Happy belated to your dad. Did you guys do anything fun? That's interesting, Amp. Use it for Instagram streams, a lot of different things. I don't know, I've always been like really good with words. So there's a part of me that's like, well, I don't really need this. Because I never really struggle to find the words that I want to like type. But like you guys are saying, it could be really good for like inspiration. And like, I don't think it would make us worse. You could definitely use it to make yourself a better human. Yeah, April Fools. I'm not really here. This is all a figment of your imagination. Bricklane, thank you for the 1 bit.ly friend. May I have beefsteak with gravy and extra mashed potatoes? That's your order? I don't have that. But I can offer you a serving of Italian meatball soup. And hi, White Tiger. How is the dragon? You guys went out for a meal for your dad's birthday, Mickey? Nice. And actually, I will have a sip of water here in a moment. And I will say, chat, I love doing these chef's plate boxes because they really don't take long. This one is taking longer just because as part of my own stream, I always like to teach as we go. So I've been chatting a lot. But I will say, like, just cooking it on my own, not having the stream on, and being alone in the kitchen, you could easily get some of these meals done in, like, yes, 15 minutes. I'm not making this up. Like, one of the halloumi salads we made, it's like 15 minutes and it was done. I was like, well, that was easy. Or, like, up to half an hour. So like total with cleanup, let's say, this won't take you more than an hour to make the meal, which I think is pretty good. Baked Italian meatballs with extra sauce and cheese. Nom. Favorite meatballs I've ever made are, I They have roasted garlic cloves, like whole inside, with Parmesan shavings instead of being grated. So like really big chunks of cheese and garlic. Just the greatest thing ever. How's my brother doing? I talked to him on the 22nd. It was his birthday, White Dove, and he said he was good. So I think they're A-okay. I saw Finn posted some updates on her Instagram of how the house was going. The dragon's good, White Tiger. Awesome. Spring is coming and she can like feel it. I love animals for that fact. I think they actually say that on the recipe card, Brick Lane. Wetting your hands when you're trying to form meatballs makes it not stick. Yeah, it says with damp hands, roll the mixture into 20 equal sized meatballs. But I just like to use gloves. I find especially with like garlicky sort of things, then your hands don't smell after. It's just easier to clean up. Sambro working? He is just out with our friend. Took him to a barbershop appointment and they read the wrong time. So they're just out a little bit longer than they planned. But they should be home by the time the soup is done today. Sambro's being a good chauffeur. Sausage and mashed veg for dinner tonight. Yes, please. Your fridge died a few days ago? Wait, wasn't the last time I talked to you your freezer died or something? Something you notice, there's very few smaller fridges that might fit in an apartment. Really? I could see that though. Like the more electronic components in something, the more it'll probably break. That's a good one too, Mish. Use a wet spoon, like if you didn't pre-ball them, kind of like how I did. Just scoop it right out of the bowl. Thank you for the tips on how to form your balls. Okay, let's just put this to the side. Next up, we're gonna start the soup. So I'm just gonna switch back to this other view for now. Like I said, we don't have the third camera set up yet, but we will in an upcoming stream. That's all I can go because I'm on the stand for the lights. But that works though. So all I did was kind of stack up all of the ingredients we need for the soup over here. Spoon, ladle, put the meatballs over here, just on the side. We have our kale and our garlic. Heat up a tablespoon of oil, so double for 4 portions over medium heat. And then when the oil is hot in our pot, we add our mirepoix and some salt and pepper. So mirepoix, if you don't know what that is carrots, onions, and celery cut it into like small cubes, I would say. Something that'll easily fit on the spoon, because that's how you eat your soup. So they say cook the mirepoix until slightly softened, and then I always find a good way to get extra flavor into your soup is to cook it a bit farther and like let the onion and garlic brown a bit, because that's when you're gonna get the most flavor, is when you start to caramelize those sugars in the vegetables. But we will add the garlic to the mirepoix a little bit afterwards, because I find the garlic burns pretty quickly. It cooks quicker than the onion, carrot, celery mix. So let's turn this on. Add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And away we go. Get the fan. And then while we're waiting, I always like to kind of just open up the packages that we're gonna be using so you can literally just like pour it into the pot. Pro tips. Live in a pretty old apartment. In January, you left for a week, came back and the water heater had died, turned everything off. Oh no, did you have to throw like some food out? That's always the worst thing that happens. Especially if you're not home. Like our friend that we're living with, should I just call him our roommate? Has a story like that too. Where he was working this job, the shift work where you're gone for like 3 weeks at a time, but he ended up getting stuck at his site for I think like 8 weeks or something crazy. And in that time, the fridge died and he didn't know. Yeah, came back to like the worst scenario. Like literal stuff crawling out of it. Just toss the whole thing. Just all garbage. That'd be so terrifying to come home to. You posted a video of your dragon trying to climb a pillow? The dragon is on one. I love the, like, tomato sauce in a bag. Just feels funny. Okay, so who in chat has ever used a meal plan service like Chef's Plate before? It could be a similar one pertaining to your area of the world. So I know that there's also HelloFresh. Here in Canada, there's one called Good Food. And I've also seen another one called Factor 75. Oh, you did have stuff left in the freezer and it all spoiled. The worst. I think you might be able to get the money back for that food though if you have like insurance. Might be worth looking into. Wait, we got a food truck, Brick Lane? Well, we got a truck that will eventually have food in it. But it's going to be, think more like mobile culinary studio. So it's going to be a place where I can stream from. This is warm. Pop that in. That's the carrot, onion, celery bag. Okay, so carrying on. So the truck's gonna be a place that I can stream from, but at the same time, like we can pull up to a farmer's market sort of situation or a food festival, get a permit for a day or like a week, a month, whatever we decide that we want, and just kind of operate the food truck that way, not having a set menu and location of sorts. Me too, Brick Lane. But I will say, like, as much as I do enjoy going grocery shopping for ingredients, coming home after, like, working for so long and, like, being a chef, right? So working with food that entire 3 weeks, it was so nice to, like, have things pre-planned for me and to not have to go out to the grocery store right away. So I was very thankful that I was offered this opportunity. But nothing really does beat grabbing your own ingredients. That's like part of being connected with your food, right? Okay, so let's not forget to sprinkle some salt and pepper in there while it's cooking. And then the next thing going in is the garlic. One thing the salt will do with the veggies is draw out the extra moisture from them and help it actually cook more evenly. And add a level of flavor. Because you should always season when you first start cooking, in the middle, and as well at the end. They don't have meal plan services where you're at, Lily. And yeah, that's another one, Brick Lane. So getting to know like the shop owners or the farmers, anything like that, definitely has its perks. Like we've done trades with people before. It's like, I'll trade you this food that I make if I can have some of your thing that you make. Hi, Dust. How's it going? How's the weekend? Welcome. White Dove, you've used HelloFresh and Marley Spoon before. Is there one that you enjoyed more than the other? Or were they both like very similar, how they were set up? Thanks, Dust. Yeah, it is good to be back cooking. I wish that we had our other camera set up here, but all in due time. 2 cameras still better than 1 for the first stream back. And today I guess you'll get the ASMR cooking sounds rather than the views. I know that most of you have seen me make a soup on stream before though. That's almost ready for the garlic. It's just starting to soften and get a bit golden brown. Okay, so Misha's sister used a Danish meal planning service. Hurt her right arm, literally couldn't use it for 6 weeks, so it was really convenient. Yeah, see? It's not just for people that, like some people think that people that order these meal services are like lazy or whatever, right? But everyone's busy, everyone has things going on in their lives, and like in a quick pinch, it really does help. At least just put like 1 meal of the day on the table, right? You didn't like the Marley Spoon. HelloFresh has some nice ones, but they repeat a lot of their foods. Thanks for sharing all that stuff. So this will be the third meal prep service I've used before. And so far, I think it's my fave. And then there's that side of it too, right? Is it also does beat having instant ramen or like a microwave meal for dinner. So what they're offering with my code is like $2.99 per meal per person. There's barely anywhere where you're gonna be able to pay that price for groceries, come home, cook it all for yourself, and clean up. Okay, I'm gonna add the garlic. The veggies are all like kind of half browned, let's say. I'll stir the garlic in, let that do the same thing, and then we'll see what the next step is. It's like as soon as you add garlic to a pot, instantly your brain's like, what are we cooking? It is a good price, yeah. Even just to like try it, right? That's what we've always done. It's like you don't know what it is unless you try it. For the price, you really can't complain. That is actually so smart. Imagine if they had like a celebrity chef themed meal plan. Where it's like a little bit more expensive, a little bit higher end, but that would be like so fun to do for like a dinner party or something. Get your friends to bring over the same thing and you all just cook it together. That's a great idea. Imagine having a Cook with Kate one. What would it be? Hey, this is cooking quick. Let's look at the paper. You're crocheting a plushie, but really looks like something else. White tiger. Okay. Add the garlic, remaining Italian herb spice blend. Cook for 1 minute, stirring constantly until it's fragrant. And then we add the tomato sauce. Oh, we need 3 cups of water. We'll get a container. Get the water ready. Go, go, go. That I'm pretty sure we'll mix the veggie broth base into. Okay. Spices. Seasoning. We're gonna add the water in. At least a bit of it. And then I'm gonna mix the veggie broth. The rest of it just into the water. We got some good flavor in those veggies. Nice dark color on them. Remember, that's how you get the best flavor. So stir this up. My plan, the Cook with Kate meal plan, would have a pie. I like it, Kimmers. You're probably very accurate in saying that. Rick Lane, does the truck have a name, and what kind of truck is it? The truck does not have a name yet. It's probably gonna stay pretty stealthy, at least for the first little bit. And the truck, like you're asking what the model of it is. It is a Chevy C5500 that has an 18-foot box on the back of it that we have to build out. So it's a 5-ton diesel truck that we're also thinking of converting to biodiesel eventually. But yeah, the truck doesn't have a name. It'll probably just be nameless. Other than to the folks that know us, right? Okay, the sauce is in. The broth is in. What do we do with the meatballs? Add the marinara sauce, veggie stock, and water. Okay, once this comes up to a boil now, then we're gonna add the couscous, the soy sauce, and the meatballs. And then the kale just gets added at the end to soften it up. Yeah, to the Kate Mobile. White tiger. I'm imagining what you're talking about. It's making my day. This isn't very much liquid in here. 3 cups, or did I have to double it? Okay, so really we needed 6. I was like, this is the smallest amount of soup I've ever made. There we are. Can one do a thing? New kitchen, who dis? It's not April Fools. Look at us go. I think while we're waiting, we're gonna cut up the pineapple that we have back here. It's ready to go. Also, oranges are tasting really good right now. Okay, so we're just waiting for that to come up to a simmer, so we'll just pop the lid on. Right, meow, while we're waiting. And I'm gonna put a few things away. It smells very good in here right now. I'm the neighbor that's making every other neighbor jealous. It's like when you walk through an apartment building and you're just like, what are they cooking? Where's that smell coming from? And you want to knock on the door. The Mr. Man is complete. They are done at the barber shop. Am I glad to be back in civilization? I mean, to a certain extent, I would say yeah. But at the same time, it is like so enjoyable to be away from civilization. It is so peaceful up there. The water is clean. The air is clear. I really can't ask for much. And like the job that we do, it honestly feels like an all-inclusive resort while we're there, which is kind of the other side of why we're doing it. Is all your meals are covered up there, literally whatever you want. Your laundry just magically gets done. And yeah, I don't know, everyone takes care of each other. I can't complain. Oh, mad at the manager? I mean, that always kind of happens, doesn't it? There's always that one person that tries to make everyone's life difficult. We just try and stay away from that human, really. Okay, so we got our Parmesan in there for the garnish. We don't need any oil anymore. Right? Like, that's with any job, is there's always something that has to happen. We know this. We need some bowls out to eat the soup. We'll go with 2 black bowls and we'll see how it looks in the white one. Just to play around for the photos. Bam. Having a peek. We're almost boiling. I didn't freeze. It's Tabatai cooking. How's it going, Graham? Welcome in, sir. Nope, didn't freeze. Just a lot of cold therapy. The ramen master, what's happening over there? I saw that you guys, or actually I heard, I haven't popped over to watch your VOD yet, but Paloozer said that you guys also moved. So many streamers have moved in the last like year or so. You got the BGA at the new house? Gonna buy a nest because the table's falling apart. Did someone make the table for you, or was it a big green egg table? I still think it's crazy that we have on the balcony here our extra large egg, the Traeger, and the Mini Max egg. I mean, there's not a ton of room to move around on the balcony, but we have all the cooking devices. Graham has real shelves now, as opposed to fake ones. Those fake shelves, I tell you. Much closer to town. Commute went from 90 minutes. Oof, that sounds like how it was for us when we were on the island. Down to 25, and it's the greatest. You don't realize how much like time of your life you lose by just commuting to work every day. It's like as soon as you start to add those minutes up, within a year, you'll be like, wow, I can really like save that time by just like moving where you live. But now you have so many more minutes back in your life. Seattle Metro is weird. Why is that? Okay, we're boiling. Do you see it? We're steaming. So now we're gonna drop the meatballs in, careful not to splash. And then we'll put the couscous, but I think we'll do the meatballs first, just to make sure like they don't really stick to the bottom of the pot. Graham, I wanted to ask you while you're in here, are you planning to go to TwitchCon in Vegas? Just drop the meatballs in the pot. One pot cooking for the win. It's like when you want to cook, but not really at the same time. Whoa. Who dis? It's Daph. Thanks for gifting this sub to Tabatai Cookin'. Almost 1 year with us. 1 entire year. Here we go. Thank you, Daff, for gifting the sub to Tabatai Cookin', and thank you, Tabatai Cookin', for gifting the sub to Daff. You guys. No, Bonk, you can't tell me that. That you can't make it to TwitchCon Vegas? This is a family emergency, don't they know? I quit. Okay, I guess we'll just have to come visit you some other time. I know Sam was talking about driving down to California again. This is gonna be a very hearty soup. We might have to add a bit more liquid to cook the couscous. Okay, so I think it would be wise if we let this come up to a simmer before we add the couscous now. Raffle mouth. Hi, Chuck. It's Sam's dad, everyone. This is what we missed for a long time. No, people have been telling me today. I believe it. I've also missed it. It's only a 6-hour drive for you. Same as going to San Diego. Okay, I'm gonna put a bit more water in here. Like at least another cup. Because the couscous is going to absorb liquid as well, right? Now we'll let that come up to a simmer. While we're waiting, it says add soy sauce to season the soup. Hello, Time Okay, how are you? That is actually so random now that I think about it, Graham. Because like gift sub can go to anyone. White Tiger needs an adult. There's chips poured all over themselves. This is why we have animals. This is why we have pets. Like, I was cooking earlier this week in here and I kept dropping things. I'm like, this is why we have a dog. Are you guys looking at my eat board? I was trying to figure out what you were talking about. Sam's parents are making German Wurst salad today. Want to trade? Is that the salad with like cold cuts in it? I think Sam has told me about this. Wurst salad. Move the E all the way to the right, and it'll say 8. Eat 8. And then what? Ah, yeah. The soy sauce also adds a lot of color in there. A very deep colored broth now. I'm gonna give this a stir. Okay, nothing is sticking to the bottom of the pot. That is good news. Boom. Yeah, the dragon can't eat chips, so we need another animal. German Leone. I've never made that before, but I would try it. Don't go to Vegas during the summer. Oof. Yeah, I've never been to Vegas like during the summer. I've always gone, I think either in the spring or the fall. Either in like March or September, October. And that's nice during that time there. Hello, Alti. Hello, Canadian friend. Welcome. How have you been? TwitchCon's like October 18th, I think they said. Which is such a good time to go to Vegas. And the place that we wanted to book, I think, is already booked. So we have to figure out something else for accommodations as well. No, don't pour the drink on yourself too. Don't do that. You've been good. Wish you were going to Vegas, but you're going to Jamaica instead, which is also allowed. We'll allow this. Was it the 19th to 22nd? I mean, you're probably more correct than I am, Bonk. I knew it was sometime around like the middle of October. Go to the Cosmo. Where have I stayed before? I've stayed in the Paris. I've stayed at Harrah's. Stayed at the Mirage. I think that's it. Don't really like Vegas, but you haven't seen any of the shows. It's really a place where you can make it what you want it to be. Like if you're a gambling and like drinking person, you can just do that the whole time, which we're not. We much rather like just enjoy walking around, people watching, and like going to find really good food everywhere. It's saying the 20th to 22nd and the 19th for streamers. Yeah, just to get the early badges and stuff, kind of same that they did in San Diego. Yeah, Vegas is such a smorgasbord. That's what we decided is like we would often just take like 20 bucks in a day to play like slots or do a gambling with. That's it, 20 bucks. And then we kept losing. So we're like, hey, let's just take the $20 and like use it towards food instead. At least we get something out of it, right? Okay, couscous is going into the pot, my friends. The liquid is back up to a boil. That's the second last thing we have to add. The last thing going in is going to be some kale. Kale for health and color. Just give this a stir now. So take a few moments for sure, but not that long, I will say. Couscous does not take long to cook. What do they say here? Reduce the heat to medium and cook it for 4 to 5 minutes. Stir in the kale, cook that for another 4 to 5, and then we just want to make sure that the meatballs are cooked through. That's it. Time okay? You've never stayed at any of what I just mentioned? Those were just some of the hotels. The geocaches in Vegas, I bet are like the greatest things ever. Mish the couscous. Yeah, there is so much to explore in Vegas. The last time we were there was 2019? Before the pandemic. That seems like so long ago already. Okay, while we're having this little wait time for the couscous, I'll give it one more stir and then I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. Hold tight. I will be right back. Yeah, like Vegas so long ago. Hello, it's me. Hey, this is still simmering like crazy. I'm gonna turn it down a bit more. There we go. More simmerage, less boiling. The pandemic years were a lifetime in themselves, it's true. Yeah, that is one thing we didn't do last time was go to the Hoover Dam. I would love to do that, Daff. It is not far away. Like what, maybe half an hour outside of like the strip right downtown. Is Astra still around? She is. I haven't seen her, Dust, though. It's like since we moved. I think she's good. Torino! Hi, hi. How are ya? Right, yeah, about a half an hour drive right from Vegas Strip. Is there any difference in wait times from affiliate to partner lines? Well, there's much less partners for Twitch than there is affiliates, Alti, so I would just say, like, at certain times, depending on what people are doing, the affiliate line might be a little bit longer to get your badge than the partner line. Is everyone okay upstairs? How many partners are there? I don't know the total number of partners anymore for Twitch. Wasn't it like, is this just a random number I'm coming up with? Like 10,000 in the world or something? Just seeing where this couscous is at cooking. And also how the broth is tasting. The meatballs are floating. They look really good. Just over 10K, right? I was right. How does my brain remember this stuff? Sometimes I wonder. That's actually so yummy. I love being pleasantly surprised. Okay, so couscous is basically done. Gonna drop the kale in. Couple more minutes just to cook that. Keep these big stems out of there. And then we get to serve. And then my guests should also be home momentarily. I have lunch guests. Whoa! We have other lunch guests. A Happy Chef TV raid? Hello? Whoa, there's Sam right there too. Everyone's coming in. How was your stream? Hi, Happy Chef. Welcome, it's my first stream back cooking in the kitchen. And thank you, Rui Duville from the Netherlands, gifting a sub to Happy Chef. 3 months in a row. Welcome back to the kitchen crew, friend. Thanks for the follows, too. What did Happy Chef make on their stream today? We're just finishing up our meal as well. Sorry I don't have the over the stove cam set up yet, but today to ease back in to our cooking streams, we're doing a chef's plate meal. 1 pot Italian meatball soup with couscous and Parmesan cheese.
So it was only Happy Chef's plate meal.
Yeah.
Hey!
It was good. Awesome. Thank you for the follows, friends. So if you have this service, it's a meal kit delivery service available in your area that you live. You can get the meals for $2.99 per person right now, which I think is more than fair price. And it also helps you not having to go to the grocery store, think about what you want to eat for the week. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you for shouting out, Happy Chef.
I think the best way to start is probably a 2-box meal, like 2 meals.
Yeah.
Just so instead of going out to eat, you can quickly make something. So instead of having like to try out 5
Yeah.
I guess getting the two boxes to alleviate you not going out for food.
For like on the weekend, you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so my husband, because he's obviously eaten these meals that I've cooked from these boxes, was saying if you want like something special, don't really feel like going out to the restaurant on the weekend, is order a couple of these boxes to cook with your partner and learn a little bit of something that way. And it's going to be way less expensive than if you were to go out to eat, right? In a store near you means a city in Canada or what? Thanks for the question, Hudas. So it means Canada, US. I think the only ones that are not included is Norway, Germany, and Australia. But you will know if you just click on the link there. And if you do decide to order and try it out, because we've had a couple of people in our online community try this and they like it, let me know what you think. Gotta go, otherwise the wifey's gonna throw some flip-flops. Throw the flip-flops, do it. Thank you, sir. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day / I think it's night there, isn't it? I don't know how the time zone switches out. But thank you so much for your raid. I hope you and the fam are doing good. No, White Tiger, don't cry. It's 10 p.m. there, and then currently I reside in Canada. It is 1:30 p.m. here. 1:30 p.m. Okay, let's check this out. I believe our soup is done. I'll bring it over so that we can look at it together while we serve. She looks so delicious. Lots of love to you too. And then we have 2 different bowls that we're gonna plate with as well. Get the trivet so that we don't burn our cutting board. Ta-da! That looks good. Yum. The ladle. Hi, Gabe. Thanks for the question, too. Bonk is right. It's for a set number of meals. It looks like Italian wedding soup, but just the meatballs are way bigger, right? Looks good, guys. Carrot, onion, celery, garlic, kale, couscous, and we even made the meatballs with like breadcrumbs in there, special seasoning, salt and pepper. I'm excited. The boys came home right on time. And then wait, we do have one garnish, which there was a little bit of this inside of the meatballs too. Parmesan cheese. Just a little sprinkle. Kiwi Mish says the bigger balls is better. This is a borderline stew, and that was with me adding in extra liquid to Bonk. One thing I will do just before I serve up is I'm just gonna have one more taste of the broth, just to make sure that it doesn't need any extra seasonings. Hello, Vune. How are you? Welcome. I also need to switch this back this way. It's me. Parmesan goes with almost anything. Basically, right? It's such a good garnish. Little bit of like funk and salt. Okay, that actually tastes really delicious. I'm just gonna do like a very small sprinkle of salt and then a couple cracks of black pepper. That's it. So like a teaspoon of salt, let's say. Parmesan's like the Italian everything cheese. looks really like the go-to alternative, right? Looks hearty and yummy. Perfect meal to like start getting back into springy sort of things. It's still a bit chilly outside today. We got a bit of snow still on the ground. It's not quite spring. It's not quite spring, but it definitely isn't winter anymore. You ate a 1-pound ribeye the other day though, and it was fun? That does sound fun. And very delicious. You don't think most Italian dishes have cheese? It doesn't have cheese, and it's definitely missing something. Let's start with that. Yum. Okay, we'll do the other ones. Don't look in the sink. It looks awesome. It's a one-pot wonder meal. My absolute favorites. Did it smell good in here when you walked in?
Yeah.
Perfect. Boys can confirm it smelled very delicious. I love the way this turned out. Not in Italy, at least. You know, you're probably right on that. Cheese isn't as much of a crutch in other countries and continents as much as it is in North America. It's true. Are you laughing at me or something else? Okay, so we got the 3 servings. We did add a little bit of extra ground meat, so we got extra meatballs. But look, I would say there's still enough in that pot for at least 2 more bowls. So really, we got like 5 servings out of that meal, which is more than it said it would give you. Just finished steak and cheese sandwich and an order of crinkle cut fries? That sounds good. This is where we gotta go for the garnish. Now we need some cheese. Sprinkle the cheese. That's actually gonna be so good to just finish off the meal. Yeah, you're right, Hudas. Italian dishes are quite clean. Not that many, like, different ingredients. It's true. You're stealing a plate? No. Oh, I wanted to go back this way. There you go. But yum, though. Like, yes, please. I can't take a photo with my phone, but I'm gonna steal Sam's. Give your phono.
Phono.
Thank you. You love soup? Me too. I actually love how this photo looks. Other than that, I would say as well, that looks pretty heckin' similar to the photo on the recipe. Oh, I'm gonna send it to her. Like, look at that. That looks so good together. It's okay. Holy crap, there's 147 people in here? I didn't know. Okay, we'll give the boys these ones. They get 5 meatballs. Whoa, what happened to the camera? We're going wonky. You're welcome. I gotta bring a spoon. Yeah, you gotta put the stream decks down. It's lunchtime. Just a sec, guys, then I'll fix the camera for us. Just a sec. My Instagram feed would shock people. That's what happened at work. Now I have to cook dinner for everyone.
Yeah.
Didn't ask for this. I think we're Gucci. We're back. What's happening? What's your honest review? They say it's very delightful. The boys, who else are we feeding? We are feeding the husband and roommate. Also friend. Okay. One meatball in our life. I think I'm just gonna switch it to this view. Way easier. Yeah, we moved in with a roommate because, well, he's the chef where we work. We all worked together previously, like literally 10 years ago, so long ago. So it's so funny that we're all together again. But since we're on the same shift, it just made sense, right? Save money. And it's always easier, like, having an extra set of hands around.
Yeah, so if we fall asleep, we can still.
Yeah.
It's really hot and I don't like burning my face. Mmm. The meatballs have such good flavor. Yeah, Sam got more meatballs. No, he didn't. Was that you? Okay, that's our roommate. Now you guys can bug him. Is the one that looks like Ferg, it says. F-E-I-2-G. I gave you guys the same amount of meatballs. No fighting. Guys, I don't know what we're gonna cook tomorrow on stream, but I'm feeling like doing some baking, like making some sweet treats.
Or the beef bowls.
Or the beef bowls. No, we'll still cook the lunch, but I still am like, I'm feeling like some treats.
Straight baked goods or kind of like creamy stuff?
Pie.
What's creamy stuff?
I was thinking something with the sous vide, something long glazy. Got all those little mason jars. Do something fun.
Like a creme brulee?
Never say no
Yeah,
to
we're
creme
kind of
brulee.
caught it.
Oh. You have to cook panna cotta?
Not really, no.
These are the cooking conversations we have at home.
Circulator's already out.
For how little effort this was to make, it's actually delicious. A pie, Kimmers?
I already said it. Pecan
That's
pie.
what Sam was saying, pecan pie. Because that's his absolute favorite. Imagine if the building found out that 3 chefs lived in this apartment. Just cook for the whole building.
Almost did for the daycare.
Panna cotta is cooked cream, literally. Lil's like, Kate, please. That's what it means. This bowl, Lady Bonfire, is a very difficult bowl to find. I think we found it once upon a time online for everyone, though. I'm looking at Sam.
They're not hard to find.
Not anymore.
They're just hard to get.
If we do this,
They're not hard to find. They're just hard to get.
I'm just gonna take Bob. Where's Bob at?
I still have to buy 4 of them. I haven't made it to.
Because he also wanted these bowls. And we gave him the link so he could buy it for his wife. Pool bong. You're going to be up at 7:30 a.m. tomorrow. SpaceX launching the boosters returning to land near the launch site, which means a sonic boom. What about a pantry tour or how to use pantry items in your cooking? For tomorrow, you're saying, Amp?
Well,
We
that's
could do
easy to
something
do.
like that.
You have the most open pantry ever now.
Yeah, we can do that and like maybe plan up some other things to make coming up. We can do an easier stream that way. That's the best part of streaming. You can do whatever you want. Oh, look at, we even have a cheese pull. That rarely happens with Parmesan. Mmm. It's like perfectly garlicky and delicious. That'd be so scary, Duchess. But I will say, it was like, I get to deal with a sort of similar thing when we're at work. So there's like a blast site at where we work. And not like every day of the week, but certain times of the week, they'll do like a very large rock blast. And it shakes the entire cabin that we're staying in. Will like shake you out of your sleep, and you will think that the world is honestly ending because it's so loud. I remember the first time that happened, and like I didn't know that was gonna happen at night because we were sleeping in the middle of the day, right? It's like, what was that? It was so scary because there's nothing else around you up there, right? This is really satisfying. And like no dishes were made. 2 bowls, a couple utensils, 1 pot, and a sheet pan. Oh yeah, Dusty, the race. We still have to finish, I think, P3 and watch all the quali. Oh no, we watched quali, right?
We're almost done, Polly.
We just have to finish quali. But yeah, the race is on, so like, do we call that early or late? I don't even know.
I'm guessing like the TV.
Okay, friendos, we're wrapping up. This was a fun stream. A couple hours in the kitchen today. We're getting back into the swing of things. Maybe tomorrow we'll see how we do, but maybe there'll be a 3rd camera. No, pretty crazy. Yeah, it'll be at 11 p.m. our time, Amp. Which I don't know if I'll stay up to watch that. 10 p.m. for us? Well, maybe. Stay up late, sleep in? We could do that. Okay, who else we got streaming
Take
today?
everyone to TNT for brunch.
Or do you want to go on an Asian supermarket adventure tomorrow? But like actually eat there. Eat at a table there, not just in the car. Duchess Von Mel, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. What we got? Every time I come back to streaming on Twitch, there's like less and less people that I know streaming. You love Asian supermarkets? I didn't get any of my favorite Asian foods in last time we were home because we were so busy. So I've really been having a hankering for like the duck, crispy pork, maybe salad rolls, a yummy dessert from there. Maybe you'll find some other fruits and stuff. Dumplings. There's many good things there. Yeah, to that. Okay, we'll go out then. Now that I did one cooking stream back in the kitchen, know how to set it all up and stuff like that, we're really back in the swing of things. I know dumplings, drool for sure. Or what else? Steamed pork buns. Right? Like international markets, seriously my jam. It feels weird when I don't get to go to them. Okay. I'm still looking for someone for us to go raid. Let's see if there's any new food and drink streamers. I don't know. Holy smokes, I'm at the top of the queue? What is going on?
Sarah's going to Greece, I think.
Who's Sarah?
Trevor's
Oh. Wait, we have Pink Bow Patisserie on. 1,000 follower cake? Okay. A shopping and eating stream tomorrow? You guys just love those, don't you? We'll take our time. We'll go through, show a lot of different things there. And there's also like really interesting cooking utensils and stuff that you might stumble upon. You really never know what you're gonna find. What? What are you doing? Pink Bow Patisserie. Did I spell this right? I did. Bunch left and went to kick. And yeah, I guess the pandemic's over, so people are going back to their lives. What is that, Bonk? Gross. Who does that? Okay, let's go see one of our Canadian streamer friends. They're out on the island. She has gone to, let's say, patisserie school, baking school. So that's what she does on her stream, is teaches people how to bake cakes and decorate and stuff like that. And all of her things are always so creative. So let's go see how their stream is going. Spread the love, spread the deliciousness, and we'll be back tomorrow for, I mean, you guys wanted this, so an Asian supermarket exploring stream starting at 11 a.m. Pacific as always. So I hope to see you guys then. Thank you so much for all of the resubs today, the new subs, all of the new followers from Happy Chef, as well as the awesome raid. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. And don't forget, our Chef's Plate code is going to be available for the next 14 days. So let's say, like, what? Next week, you're like, man, maybe I should actually try this. It's not too late. So that'll be available for the next 2 weeks if you do want to try it out. Let me know what you think of it, too. Okay, I'm going to press this button, guys. Thank you so much for everything. Love y'all. Stay safe. And you know where to find us if you need us at all. Discord, Twitch, any other social. Okay, everyone say bye.
Bye!
Bye! Love y'all. See you tomorrow.